Hi, so my name is Medwa Sally. This is a very sensitive topic, but I'll try as much as possible to discuss it because a lot of moms come to my inbox and they're like, Medwa Sally, how do I make sure that the baby I gave birth to is the same baby I'm taking home? And I've actually had a mother who came to me and then she's like, for over 6 months, she was telling me she doesn't believe the child is hers. The child that was given to her was hers. And this was because after the birth of the baby, she said she, at a glance, she saw the baby. And then the dresses that she brought from the house, later she realized that the baby that was brought to her was, the weight was less than what she saw, and also the dress that she brought from the house. In Ghana and all those, it will bring baby dresses. So okay, it wasn't the same dress that was with the baby, and so up till now, carrying the baby for keeping the baby breastfeeding, she doesn't feel connected to the baby because she strongly believes the baby was a chain. So how can we prevent such issues in the future? Okay, so when you go to the hospital, I think with her issue, one of the things that could have easily solved this problem was having a partner or somebody witnessing the birth. Unfortunately, we have a lot of privacy issues in our hospitals, and so it's a bit difficult. But if you're fortunate to have a hospital, like a private hospital, where you can have your partner inside the delivery room, let your partner be there. Watching everything. Even through the resuscitation, your husband or your partner or whoever is your birth support can be following up, okay? And after the birth, they have to show the baby to you. At least, I know at that time you are weak and all that, but if you can just, I don't know how this is possible, but if you can just check on the name tag, they give the baby's name tag to make sure that it is the mother, your name that is on the baby, okay? And then they would also give the baby the dress, so at least be careful, just see what is going on. I know it's difficult because at that time things are going on fast, and if you gave birth by yourself, vaginal delivery, and there's no problem with the baby should be with you throughout the breastfeeding until you have properly identified your baby, and you know that if this baby is sent and brought back to me, I will still be able to identify the baby before they take the baby away from you. In case of resuscitation, yes, I remember in my facility, if there's resuscitation and even the mother is not in a position to follow up, they'll ask, where is the relative, where is the relative? So is there any relative to follow up? So the relative is following up at every step because they are small. Okay, so this thing too can help. The hospital too can also find devices or find a way like technology or something to identify babies, so that that kind of interaction of I have lost my baby, I don't think the baby is mine, all these things can be reduced, okay? And a little carefulness from the nurses and midwives. Sometimes it's not intentional, but if you deliver the baby, you don't put a name tag immediately, the mother's name tag immediately, okay? Or the name tag is loose and you are going to maybe bath the baby or do something, and if you're not careful, because the name tag is loose or something, things can be scattered, okay? And if workload is reduced, and so a lot of things go into this. Yes, and there should be security, so be sure about the hospital, the facility. There shouldn't be too much work. If there's work overload, a lot of things can go on, okay? The security of the hospital, how they are very serious about people's babies and all that. You should find, or you should ask all these things before you select any hospital that you are going to give birth, okay? Yes, so just be watchful. The name tag is important. Having somebody with you throughout the birth process, yes, it's helpful. And also be able to identify the items that you send to the baby. And if it becomes, anytime you have doubts, please don't wait for too long. Report immediately so that they will do the investigations they need to do. Don't take the baby home 6 months, 1 year before you come back, because the other person would have taken the baby. Even if you do DNA nowadays, sometimes they don't keep proper records at some of the facilities, okay? And so if you bring even the baby back, and then the other mothers have taken the babies away, and they cannot trace that particular day which mothers gave birth. Like, I don't know, if I go back to my hospital, our African system records, if I go back to my hospital where I was giving birth, although it's in a city in Ghana, and I tell them that I want my records, I want to see the midwife who delivered me, I'm sure they will laugh. So you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very careful in keeping records where you choose to give birth and all that. Thank you. My name is Midwife Sally. Share it to help somebody. Bye.